Welcome back to the Spirit Guide Daily. These are daily messages that will find you when they are meant to find you. These are timeless readings. The Sun and Moon Tarots bring us 3 predictive cards. The Island Time Wellness cards, also called the Love Oracle. They've changed its name like 3 times. I think they misbranded it at first. And then the Infinity Oracle is also going to be bringing us an Oracle card. Okay. I was going to say, before we get started, we are apparently taking the Queen of Wands, the Magician in reverse. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Now let's find out where cards are flying first thing with Hanged Man in reverse. So the Queen of Wands in the upright is this very charismatic, compelling person. It is somebody who can manifest easily. It is somebody who has a lot of personal power and is a natural leader. This is somebody who attracts other people. Now it can be about fire sign energy, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. My cards don't normally manifest sun signs. They're more about personality traits and how other people react to you, because that's how I read. The Magician in reverse is telling you to be a little careful around who you trust. Here's the thing, we see the world as we are. So if you're this very trustworthy person, you have a tendency to approach others as being so. This is telling you to take a different perspective, that's the Hanged Man in reverse, on who you're trusting. Because you have this very compelling personality, sometimes you attract people who are trying to use your personal power. Sometimes people don't have the world's best boundaries around that as well. And it's not because, by the way, people who have bad boundaries, it's not that there's anything, they have something to heal. It's not a character flaw. They just didn't learn good boundaries. And you demonstrating them can help that. Taking a greater perspective on the pace of things and allowing yourself to relax. Because the only thing with the Queen of Wands is, man, she's a go-getter. She doesn't like downtime. She wants to go, go, go and see and do. And there is worth in simply being. Like allowing yourself to, okay. Heartbreak and destined. Destined and heartbreak. Heartbreak and destined. I'm glad I got a love card on this. Now, remember, the heartbreak card can be about the COVID virus. There may be a surge. I know that it's not looking particularly lethal. It's no worse than the Omicron thing. So I have been picking that up in cards, but the destined with fate, remember, if you have had your heart broken in the past, if you've had relationships that seemed to teach you what not to do more than to reward you, it's because they were trying to help you heal something and to take a different perspective on the position that romantic relationships might hold in your life. If it's absolutely everything in the world to you, then you're missing a lot in your life, and then B, you're giving somebody else a lot of power over your personal happiness when you don't enjoy your own individual experience as an individual, not dependent on having somebody to be paired up with. Now, here's the thing. Once you learn that lesson, once you're like, hey, you know what? Relationships can come and go, but I am always here, so I better be my own best friend. Once you learn that, you start having better relationships in friendships with your family. Boundaries are essential to good relationships in all walks of life. And here's the thing, if you've had somebody who is a manipulator, because that's kind of what's on this table, is that you might have been manipulated in the past easily, but you've healed that and you believe in your personal power more. Taking a different perspective on what love means in your life, all forms of love of friends, love of life, romantic love as well, and understanding that it is simply part of being happy. If you can only be happy when you have a partner, then that person has all the power over your personal happiness. So keep that in mind. Find interests, find pursuits, find things that you enjoy that have nothing to do with relationships. This is a hard one. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, or abandonment. Self-sabotage and basically stopping patterns. If you have had a series of relationships in which you gave and gave, and the other person took and took, if you thought you could prove to somebody that you were very lovable by your constancy, but they were not reciprocating it, the lesson that you're being asked to learn to stop that pattern, to stop a pattern of heartbreak, you have to embrace your personal power and to take a different perspective on the choices that you have made in the past, because the divine and the universe and the world is not doing anything to anybody. You have to be able to look at your own choices, the ways in which you may have contributed to situations. I've had to do it too. Honest to goodness, it's not an insult, it's a tool to be able to make better choices going forward. And when you make better choices, you get better outcomes. Stop a pattern in which it looks like investing in people who are more interested in taking than in giving is the pattern that you're being asked to stop engaging in. A lot of people with abandonment issues, through no fault of their own, they either didn't bond properly with their caretaker because of external circumstances. Like, as a, for instance, if your mom's mom died 2 weeks after you were born, your mother was grieving, and she may not have had a lot of love to give. It's not always about not being loved. It's about not feeling it in a way that made you feel safe. And sometimes you'll look for those safety in external relationships when you haven't learned that you know who keeps you safe? You keep you safe. Your choices keep you safe. Your belief in your own power and your belief in your own worth are all the things that can help keep you safe. Here's the thing with the Heartbreak and Destined, it is the hardest thing for people to understand, but many of us came here trying to learn about our personal power. If you're in my collective, you almost certainly did. Everybody does come here with the lessons that they want to learn. And some people come here just to have a wonderful hedonistic experience where they're like, yay, what else can I do? They're not in my collective. People in my collective are here to learn how to love themselves and others more and to help improve this world. So that was the interesting Spirit Guide Daily for today, telling you to examine your choices if you do not like your outcomes and to change the patterns that might be bringing you more heartbreak and more pain. We do participate in our own outcomes with the choices that we make. And it's a hard thing to hear, but if you can't hear that and understand, I am on my own team. I need to make sure that I monitor my choices to make sure they are serving me. That is something that you need to achieve in healing, because we all do. Okay. That was Spirit Guide Daily for today. If you want to book me for private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. And please don't forget to look for my new podcast, Logical Magic, Examining Esoterica, where, among other things, I will be discussing emotional healing from trauma. Take care. Be well. I'll see you next time.